All right, let's pick up the action now in the third event. And this one has a 15-minute time limit. That is the Mexican Devil, number 1 or 2 outside. It should be number 1 inside. And the one inside is arguing about the man outside. So it's hard to tell these fellas apart, as you probably have discovered. Even more difficult under the stress of being in there and facing one or both of them. Bruiser Brody just wants it made plain which one of them he is supposed to whip. Brody doesn't generally argue about how many he has to whip, but he wants to know whether he's going to have to take on both of them and get credit for it, or, as Don Diamond has already found out tonight, take on one at a time and find yourself wrestling both of them, each of them in turn. So Bruiser Brody, who recently, as last week, returned from Japan, who looked to be in sensational shape in his first match here from Japan, and tonight, as he views the Twin Devil, Brody just calmly steps in. He hasn't seen the Devils in action before, but they haven't seen Brody. And right now, Brody is showing one side of his nature. He's a man who likes to trade wrestling holds until the other fellow makes it clear that he doesn't want to. And then Brody is capable of really exploding with his own brand of counterattack. Brody's a rare individual. He has a lot of pride in everything he does, and he generally adds to that pride with every match he has. His reputation with Houston fans for doing what he says he's going to do is unexcelled. So Brody, proud as he is, not too proud to let the referee break the hold. That's always common sense. He's just watching to see what the Devil was going to do. You saw him look down, see where the Devil's feet were placed and what he was going to do about it. Now, as the Devil pushes in, the Devil on the outside has him, Brody by the boot, and Bronco, as he turned around, missed the added action on the outside of the ring. So we've got Brody in trouble, mainly because somebody's stepping on his throat, and here is Brody now out to settle things with the guy who grabbed him by the boot. He heard the count, and he doesn't want to lose the match just because he's after somebody's bearded chin. He's got a bearded chin up in the ring to take care of. Listen to this crowd. I want to tell you, this wild storm tonight has cut down on the size of the crowd, but it sure has not cut down on the quality. They are all in vociferous mood. So there is a pursuit going on. Brody is sure he's got the right man, but up in the ring, we've got one of the Devils. And the one that he has is, I don't believe, the one he started with. And Brody took enough of it. Now he's dishing it out. Throwing it out, too, I might say. Brody now wants to get one of them back up in the ring. And he could. Well, we've got a brawl going on in the ringside. Devilish brawl, I might add. So he is trying to feed Brody back to his brother in the ring, and I think that's the guy who started the action. Brody opening up. Brody finding his mark and hauling off. Crotch hold, and look at the way he handled that weight. Oh, he picked him up and turned him around and then drove him down. 5 minutes have gone by. 10 minutes remain in this match as the Devil stretched out on a canvas. Oh, the big boot, the bruising boot of Bruiser Brody. There's a big man getting up there for that driving drop kick. And I think we've just been had again by the switch. So in comes the Devil, not necessarily the only Devil in the world, because I think they just turned tables on us. Brody met that turnbuckle with violence for sure. And now the Devil is trying to use this rope as a means of garroting and a rip across the face. So Brody hauls in there with that huge boot of his in beautiful fashion. Crotch hold, a lift, and backbreaker. This could be it. He tosses him off. Here's Don Diamond. Don Diamond down the ring. Don Diamond in the aisle. And Don Diamond is pouring powder all over the head of... Pouring powder all over the head of the Devil. He's got him gray-headed. He's got the Devil on the outside. And oh, look at that powder going all directions here as Bruiser Brody slams him around. So Brody now shouldn't have much difficulty in telling them apart. That's Brody with all of his weight on there. There's 2. There is 3. And the gray-headed Devil on the outside is being chased now by Bruiser Brody. Slammed alongside of us here, and Brody now picks up a chair and decides maybe he'll get up in that ring and start to clean house. The Devils know when to attack, and so does Brody. So the Wild Man is on the outside and wild at the 2 people who are inside that ring. And here he goes, ready to clean house. Well, the winner is Bruiser Brody.
Bruiser Brody.
A great move by young Don Diamond, who came down here and decided to mark beyond a doubt one of the Devils. He sure did.